Peace and Black Power, family. We here again with the King Dominique. Man, we got another topic this week. As a lot of y'all know, there's been a lot of stuff going on with shooting of the two black brothers recently by the police. I'm gonna ask the King the question for this week. Seeing how those two scenarios played out with the brothers being shot by the police, what's your total breakdown on it? And as far as seeing the totality of the way it played out, do you think it was anything that they could have done to have their life saved or to have the scenario play out differently where they wouldn't have been killed?
To be honest, the way that it was described to me, one of those scenarios, I feel like there was no way he could have done it. I seen that video, I didn't know that was the shooting we were talking about. But he complied with everything the officer told him to do. So in that situation, there was nothing he could have done to save his own life. Because after that point, that was completely in those officers' hands, and they could have handled it better. But I see the problem I think that we have is that there's a double standard. First off, the country says, hey, you can have a permit to have a weapon, but if you're the wrong color, you get shot for having that permit. Because that's what it seemed like it is to me. Because the man said, yeah, I got a permit for this weapon, you know, hey, let me show you the permit, and still got shot for it. But how many times have there been armed Caucasians protesting? They'll form a march and they'll be outside of the police stations, they've been outside FBI offices, nobody shot them, nobody's attempted to kill them. But if one black man walks down the street and he even has that weapon on him with the permit, he still gets pulled over by police, he still gets shot down just for having it, just because he's a brother of color with a weapon. And we want it for our own defense. That I get. There are some people out there who would abuse that and use it to harm others. I understand that as well. But you can't have it two ways. You can't say this group of people can have this permit and be okay, and then you can't say, this group of people have a permit for it, they all got weapons and we think they might be up to no good. I mean, just look at the boy who did the church shootings, killed 9 people, took him into custody peacefully.
Got a hot meal before he went in.
Exactly. And nobody harmed him at all. But we getting brothers shot down in their cars in front of their kids for no reason at all. Harm nobody. But they lose their lives. People with their arms up, getting chased by police, shot down. It's ridiculous. And then there's no accountability on the authorities' parts. It's, oh, well, the officer was justified because he feared for his life. Man, we all fear for our lives. I fear for my life just going out there. What if I get pulled over just because I go 5 miles over the speed limit and end up with my life being lost? You know, I got kids and I worry for their sake. They growing up in this now. Imagine what it's going to be like in 20 years when they're adults. You know what I'm saying?
Now, with that playing out like that and them getting killed in that way, where it seemed like they couldn't have did anything, as far as reaction or moving forward or responding to a situation or crisis like that, what do you feel is the best strategy for us as a people?
For people, now I was thinking about this the other night. First off, because our population keeps expanding, they keep wanting more police officers in order to control that populace. The problem is these police officers that they get nowadays are not going through the same training that the ones in the past have been going through. So you're getting people that are getting badges and guns that don't deserve it, have not gone through the mental health screening for it. And I feel like that's a lack on our government's part because they're just trying to fill gaps.
Putting anybody there.
Exactly. They're just trying to throw bodies at this. And we getting people who are supposed to be protecting our communities, we getting people who are just not there mentally or whatever, and then
they ain't got no attachment to the community.
Exactly.
Most of them not even from the communities they patrol.
That's true too, because I mean, how many times you go through the hood and you get all these white cops that's not even from that hood, or they don't even know these people, but they come in and they just view us as the problem. We live here, we're citizens, but we get treated like we're criminals that are just on the outside of a facility. You know, like, oh, you just an inmate about to go back. That's all you are. That's how I get treated. I've been treated that way before. Had friends be treated like that. I feel like we need more corrective action from our government. We need more accountability on their part. Because if we do everything they ask us to, oh, hey, produce your permit, produce this, any documentation that we need so that way we can help you and we can avoid situations. Even when that happens, we still lose our lives. So the problem now becomes the government. Now it's back on y'all. If we're doing everything we can to prevent our lives from being lost, what are y'all doing? besides putting it on CNN and saying it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault.
Now you spoke on accountability. How would you go about holding them accountable for their actions?
I mean, the same way they hold us accountable for our actions. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, you're wrong for selling drugs in your neighborhood. You should be sentenced to jail. You should be sentenced to this. Well, where's their sentencing? They get a slap on the wrist. Oh, we'll send you home without pay, without severance. But you get to keep your freedom. You get to keep your life. Meanwhile, we got families out here mourning in-laws. These brothers is not coming home. Their families is still lost without them, and these officers still got their life and they got a chance of freedom and to make their life better. But that brother doesn't have anything, and I feel like how's that fair? All they get is a slap on the wrist. There should be some jail time for them too. There should be more accountability. In reality, I feel like their standards of who they let become officers needs to greatly improve. Because whatever they've been letting come in lately is just not worked out. You've got national crisis after national crisis with these people, man. And I know it's a tough job because they are risking their lives, but at the same time, killing a life to save your own when your job is to protect lives, that doesn't equate.
And they killing out of fear, not even out of a real threat or danger,
Exactly.
out of fear.
We got people in Iraq that have shown more compassion to people that we consider enemies than we have towards people in our own country, where our police officers, maybe go to this community, but they treat us like we're a problem, we're a pandemic, you know, and it makes no sense to me. And then that wall of silence, because all of them view themselves as a separate race, to me. You know, when they get that badge and that gun, all that matters is blue to them. You know, that's my brother under you know, coat of arms or whatever. So if he gets shot down, I got to shoot them down. You know, and I get that. You know, that's that brotherhood, that allegiance. But at the same time, we're still citizens. You're still a citizen just like I am. You know, why can't we all be one people instead of you trying to find a reason to divide yourself from us? Why can't you include us with you?
They take an oath to protect and serve. When they killing us, they is dishonoring that oath. They disservicing the community. They're not servicing nobody. But man, good chopping it up with you. I'll be back with you next week for the next topic, man. Appreciate it. Peace. Peace and Black Power family. Got the Queen Ashley in front of the camera again. This time, got another question for the community. Seeing as the two shootings just went on with the brothers Alton Sterling and Philandro Castile, what's your breakdown of how it played out? Do you feel like it was fair, justified, anything that could have been done to change the way that it played out, so forth, so forth? Go on.
I don't think it was justified. I don't think anything could have been done about it because look how they just shooting people. They shot him because he was black. No matter what he was doing, if he was walking down the street, he was in the car, wherever he at, they was gonna shoot him anyway because he black. I don't think it could have been nothing done. Cause let's just say when he was in the car with his girlfriend, if she would have jumped in the way, her child would have got shot, or she would have got shot. So it's nothing that anybody could do. I think all of it is wrong.
And then you see, following the way it played out with them being killed and everything, we had a variety of responses or people opinion as far as responses to how we should react in situations like this. What do you feel is the best strategy for us to use when it comes to responding to a scenario like this that's going on right now?
Okay, at first, when it first happened, I think I was really just speaking out of anger. I wasn't caring about all the other stuff. I was like, let's go to war and let's kill all white people. I'm just being honest. I just wanted to kill all white people. If you weren't on our side, if you weren't down for us, trying to be out here helping us and speak up for us, you all deserve to die. But then I kind of came on down a little bit because I feel like we start shooting them, they're going to shoot us back. We start shooting them, like it's going to be a never-ending war and ain't nothing going to happen. So then I got to a point, okay, let's protest. But we've been protesting since like 1960 something. And like, we shouldn't, it's 2016. Like, we shouldn't still be protest, like, we still marching. Is anything going on? Like, they'll say, oh yeah, we marched and Martin Luther King, look what Martin Luther King did for us. That marching didn't do that. I believe they got to a point where, okay, we tired of this. Let's get them a bit of a fair shot so we can stop all this because they get on our nerves. So we just gonna get them a little fairness, but we still gonna treat them horribly. But we just gonna make them feel free, but they still not free. But so I was like, okay, let's protest, let's do all that, but it ain't working. So then I'm kind of on the side of boycotting these stores, but we can do that. But we need to really be focused more on getting our own. Still have Black Wall Street. We still gonna have to fool with white people regardless, cause we still here in their America, and everything we do, we gonna run through them in some connection, in some certain way. We have our own business. We're gonna run through them in something. So it's like, I feel like that kind of would work. Still have our own business, but let's be kind of like the Mexicans and the Asians. They still gotta run through white people with their business, but their money go majority within their community. Like they can help their community. Like for instance, I'm trying to have my own business, and if my black people came together, if I fell off a little bit, all my black people could help me because we all done came together and we done got our money straight. And we got like a Black Wall Street going on. If I fell off, y'all can help me build my business back up. And then once I build myself back up, I'll be able to help y'all because I'm back up. And so we gonna just be bam, bam, bam. Like, I help you, you help me. I help you, you help me. But we ain't got that type of connection. That will work. And we need people. I used to say we need people within the law system. But no matter how much our black people learn their law, they gonna put us down. They're gonna be like, oh, you go by our law, or we finna take your degree, or we finna pull you down because you ain't going through our law. But for me, I think that's the only thing we can do, because no matter what we do, we're gonna have to run through them, but we can't shut them down having our own. That's why they mess with the Mexicans, but they don't mess with them. They know how far to go with Mexicans. They know how far to go with Asians. They know how far to go with them. But they walk all over us because they know we don't have nothing. We ain't got nothing built behind us. So I feel like our only biggest thing that we need to be concerned about first, right now, before we get into all the other stuff, build our community and build ourselves back up.
So your response would just be get together and really focus on rebuilding and getting ready to defend ourselves.
Because we got to have a base first, and then we can keep going up and all this other different stuff that we need to do to get us back up to a top level. Then we can do it, but we got to build that base first. So we all like this. Somebody hating it. We just too divided. Like, we can't get nothing together, because then as soon as we start getting something together, here we go. This person either hating, or you doing it better than me, or I'm the best at it. Like, we don't, when all the other races do, I'm not trying to say they higher than us, but when they do it, they don't be thinking about that. They be like, all right, we finna come together, we finna get this going. You know how to do this, you know how to do that, and you know how to do that. Come on, let's get together. We got to get that first, then we can start moving up. So that's our thing we need to do first before we start doing anything else. Even war. If we go into war, we still got to get that, because there's always going to be somebody, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Our war wouldn't even go right because our people would just be discombobulated. So we got to get that base together first.
All right, Queen. Appreciate you for that. We'll get back with you next week for the questions. Peace and Black Power. Peace and Black Power. Finally, we got the King T-Dub in front of the camera again. We're back for some more questions in the community. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, as y'all know. I just want to hear the King opinion on a few things. First thing we're going to start it off with, man. You know, we had Alton Sterling shooting and what's his name? Philandro Castile. Yeah, we had those two shootings just recently occur. What's your breakdown or your analysis on that whole shooting scenario that's going on right now?
I think my breakdown on the Alton Sterling thing, I had an opportunity to check out the video and it was an unfortunate event, first off. And my key thing in this whole case is that a lot of people are, ignorant to the fact is that there should have been a better way of using escalation of force. I'm prior military. I served 3.5 years in the military. Just to give you a little bit of background about who I am. And, throughout my time in the military, there's always been a form called escalation of force, or rules of engagement, which those aren't present in your active city or county or whatever officials or whatnot, which I feel like should be a possible thing to look into, because I feel like if they were enforced the way they are in the military, it would really limit police brutality and fatalities out in the field. But anyway, the Alton Sterling thing, like I said, I just feel as if the situation could have been handled a little different. I looked up the details about it, and apparently people said that, the news report said he had a gun on him, and then later on found out he didn't. And the whole thing is, when I saw the video, the first thing I noticed is that you have two officers approaching the man. And, first off, this whole encounter could have been, neutralized by the officers talking to this guy in probably a little bit more respectful way that it eased the tension down, because, you have to understand that as being an African American and with everything that's been going on in the world, being even, approached by two officers is nerve-wracking as it is. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people swear away from that, but it is, because it's one of them things where it's like you see all this stuff going on, it's like your first reaction is to be like, whoa, I'm kind of nervous about this anyway.
Am I gonna be next?
Yeah, am I gonna be next on this thing? And if this crosses your mind, I don't care who you, it does cross your mind, whether you want to believe it or not. It's always a nervous thing. So with that being said, I just felt like they could have approached him a little bit better, talked to him, and even if it was any type of tension between those two, there could have been a less lethal way of handling the situation, through tasering. A lot of people are arguing, oh, tasers don't work, and this and that. Serenity, close the door, please.
Peace and Black Power family. We got the king in front of the camera. I'm gonna let him introduce himself real quick.
Hey, this your boy TJ, man. Straight from Hayden, man.
All right, King. This week we are doing questions in the community, getting people's opinions. We had two recent shootings with the brother Alton Sterling and Philandro Castile. You aware of what went on with that?
Yeah, I seen it all over Facebook, but I believe that was not fair, though.
All right. Now, seeing how that played out when them boys getting shot, and it ain't really seemed like it was too much they could have did to how the situation play out differently. What do you feel like we as people, black people, should do to move forward? What should be our response?
Black people, I believe we all should come together and work together, and that way we could move somewhere, because we're stuck in this world doing nothing. It's crazy.
With the riots and the protests and the marching, which side would you be on? Would you be one for the riots, or you just want to march and protest? Which one are you voting for?
I believe march and protest,
non-violent way.
Yeah.
All right. Sure, that's good, King. We just wanted to holler at you real quick, see what you felt about that. We'll get back with you next week. Peace. Peace and Black Power family. Here again with OG Brandon Bell, the King. We back for another round of questions in the community. This week we got a more serious topic. We had the two shootings just recently occurred with the young brothers getting shot by the police. From your perspective, and you view the story of the situation, how it played out, how would you describe the breakdown of both of the shootings?
Well, first off, I really didn't hear too much about the shootings, but at the end of the day, people lost their lives. That's what's first. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever, we gotta stop the dumb, senseless killings. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before on one of your joints, it's people just not educated, dog. You know what I'm saying? The more people know, the more that people can grow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, the media is causing a lot of fear. And whenever you have someone in fear, you can control them. You know what I'm saying? Especially mentally, because if you can control someone mentally, you got them. Point blank, period. But the Dallas shooting, I was blown with that. You know what I'm saying? Because hell, it's already enough shit going on, and it's and unfortunately it was a black man. I was actually surprised with that. But mean, you know, like I said, dog. At the end of the day, I'm not about the race card and all that. At the end of the day, people's lives were lost, whether it was black, white, Hispanic, or whatever. At the end of the day, I believe it was wrong. But you know, like I said, at the end of the day, I think it was just wrong. You know, people lost their lives, but then that was, you know, the shooter. He was somebody's friend, brother, cousin, whoever. The police, they was somebody's mom, dad, sister, cousin, something. At the end of the day, somebody meant something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then you said the Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
The Baton Rouge thing, that man, I can't even express like this. Like I really don't know what to say about that because I actually seen the video and like I really don't even know what to say about that.
Was there anything that you seen that he could have done to prevent that from happening?
Honestly, what should have been done if they really wanted to subdue that man, they should have whipped that taser out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's 2-on-1. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody need to get their weight up or something. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, like I said, another person, unfortunately, black man, you know, that was somebody's dad, that was somebody's cousin, nephew, brother, I mean whatever it is, dog. Like at the end of the day, we just need to stop the senselessness, yo. Like
And then
we all it ain't gonna be anybody left at the end of the day with all the senselessness, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, just at the end of the day, we all just need to educate yourself and just be safe out here because you never know who's who.
And with the way that it played out, and you see how people responding. Some people are going on the side of rioting, some people just protesting, whatever. What do you feel is the best strategy as far as a response?
As crazy as it sounds, if Martin Luther King did it the non-violent way, you gotta do it the non-violent way, bro.
You suggest a non-violent way?
I mean, like on the real, if he did it to get us where we're at, I mean, hey, you can't fight. You know, two wrongs don't make a right at the end of the day, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it, bro. Because I mean, you know, we go rioting and start shooting. That's more senseless killings, more blacks, white, Hispanic, whatever the race is, dying at the end of the day, yo, straight up.
All right. Anything else you want to say on it?
Just be safe out there, beloved. That's all. Be safe.
All right, King. Appreciate it. Till next time. Peace.
Yeah.